today. I did them during the weekend, or during a few days ago I did them at work, and I want to do this and make a little video because they're so easy to make and they are really the most delicious thing you will try out of your oven. So I have over here, you can order them online or you can buy them at a specialty store, the shells. They're actually shells of the scallop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of butter right on the center of it, the closest to the back part of the scallop. I'm just dropping the little pieces of butter. This one has two. I'm gonna take one, and then I'm gonna grab my scallops and I'm gonna grab my hand just like this, and I'm gonna shape it, because sometimes they kind of flap to one side if they don't have a partner to lean on. So you're gonna put them right on top of that batter. There we go. I'm gonna put them right on top. If you don't have them, you'll just have to do with, I don't know, maybe some, I don't know what will work really. But I will listen to all your suggestions into what will work without the shell. One there, and another one. I'm gonna grab this one. There we go, right there. Now the next step is to sprinkle them directly with a little bit of smoked salt. So these delicious scallops are usually made on a barbecue, so they all will always need that little smokiness with the sweetness that a scallop is. It pairs really well, and as you can see, it's only very little. I'm using the Durango hickory smoked salt. That works great. Now I'm gonna grab that little other piece of butter. There we go. I'm trying to be quick with my hands here. There we go, another piece of butter right on top. And these scallops are called scallops alla parmesana. So scallops alla parmesana or conchas alla parmesana are to be made with Parmesan cheese. So now we're gonna put the Parmesan cheese on top directly over the scallop. And my broiler, sorry, not my broiler, but my oven is preheated to 450. If you have a 500, do 500. Or if you have a broiler, you can actually do these ones under a broiler or a salamander. Okay, the trick here is to not overcook the scallops. Now, the coral part, we don't have the coral part, so oops, I'm going to put this little red from tomatoes around it so that it looks like we have coral. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm just putting that little red there. It's for a visual. In Peru, the scallops are usually eaten with the coral part. And now we're gonna go into the oven. On the very top part of the oven, and I'm gonna set my timer for 3 minutes. During those 3 minutes, I wanna talk to you about picking and choosing your scallops. So make sure about the smell. The smell should be fish, should remind you of the ocean, but it definitely should not be fishy with a sour smell. Next, the touch. They should be somehow firm. Sometimes we cannot touch them, especially in these times, but you can ask your fishmonger to do that for you. They need to be firm, and they need to be also not sticky, like not gummy. We don't want them to be no gummy at all. If you feel like a gooiness to it, they might be going out the door. When you bring them home, so now we pass the shopping part, you're bringing them home. They have this little piece over here that was the attaching part to the shell. You want to remove that. This doesn't mean that it's bad, you can eat this part too, but we want them to stand up nicely and not to lean to one side. So when you bring them home, make sure that you put them together like this. You're gonna grab it, put it on your plate, grab the other one, put it on your plate, leaning on it, because if they lean on it, you're not gonna have that floppy side. So once you have passed that, how are you gonna store them? First of all, I will never recommend you to shop for these ones if you don't plan to use them in the next 2 days. Bring seafood home and make sure that it's not swimming in water. Make sure that if you want to store it, well, we bought them in a container and I was planning to use them, so I didn't do nothing more. But what you want to do sometimes is to put ice on a bag and put it on top, not directly, because it will ruin the beautiful skin and delicate skin of the sea scallops. And remember, sea scallops are something that gets tough if overcooked. So when you are doing this, you are going to make sure that don't cook for longer than 3 to 4 minutes. It will all depend on the size of your scallop. When you're searing scallops, so I'm going to explain you a little bit about searing. When you're searing scallops, you're going to season them, put them on the pan, and you're going to see the color changing from the bottom to the center. It's not going to reach quite the center, but the color is going to change. And right at that point, you're going to flip it. And then you wait for that time again. You're not supposed to cook seared scallops moving it on the pan, because they will not pick up the color that you want. That is my timer. I'm gonna check on these babies. Come with me. Oh, it smells good. I can see the color. I see that they need a little bit more. 3. And now I'm gonna do another 2 minutes. There we go. I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna put my 2-minute timer. And before I finish deleting, I'm going to add some more cheese over. So I'm gonna come back over here. My timer is the same, I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna make sure that it has more over. You can see the advance of how they're coming along. You can use parmesano reggiano, which I really recommend, or you can use another type of Parmesan cheese, but parmesano reggiano is what I will recommend. Always a shredded, not a grated, that is for sure. We're gonna go back in, 2 last minutes, and beyond. I have watched too much Toy Story this weekend. And what we have here is these 3. I'm not gonna use them. I'm gonna sear these ones later on for myself. And all I wanted to make sure is that you don't overcook them, because they'll be rubbery. They should be sweet and tender when you bite. And the skin from let's call it an off, it's not even white, it's pearl color, is gonna turn into a white color when it's cooked. So are we ready for the end? Because I am so much ready for it. If you have any questions about the scallops, you can just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to answer as much as I know. And if you want to know where they're selling them fresh, I know our store, Harmon's, sells them fresh. I really don't know another place in Utah that sells them fresh, but you can buy them at any time at Harmon's. This week's a great sale, so I thought that this was the perfect week to make this, and it's so delicious. I am starting to get hungry because it's smelling really good, and I think I should, after the video, turn on my hood because it's gonna smell like fish on my house. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm gonna touch them. I'm afraid I don't want to overcook them. This one looks done, so I'm gonna remove that one. The center ones are done, and I don't want to burn myself. No, if I touch that, I'm gonna burn myself. So I'm gonna grab a comb. I'm And I'm gonna remove this one so that we can check it out. And I'm gonna remove this one because this one is ready. The other ones do need a little bit more color and a little bit more cooking in the center. So with those, we're gonna finish the video. Me and my son will wait for these ones. So I'm gonna grab one of these here on my towel because it's hot. And this is how you presented it to your friends. Are we ready to try this? I am. This is good. Well guys, I hope you like this and I hope you make it. Drink that little batter. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.